I thought I was going to die, so I start panicking. I called this friend, this same friend that gave me the drink, and I'm like, please come around because I'm dying. The hospital is like 15 steps from my hostel, yeah, but then how can we go to the hospital at this point? How will we tell this story? Okay, today is going to be a story time. Like the first time I took alcohol. The setting of the story was in level 100, yeah, when I just entered uni. Level 100 was cool and everything. You are hyped. I had just gotten into medical school, blah blah blah. I was just trying to figure the whole thing out. I had a friend whose roommate was having a birthday party. Okay, so I got invited because of my friend. I won't lie, I was excited, like I was happy because I was like, yay, finally. And then mind you, like my school is in Ho, and then no shade, but then when in 2017 Ho wasn't developed like how it is now, I feel like the university has done a lot to like kind of bring some kind of development to Ho. I was really excited because like when I came, I wasn't going out anywhere. Like I was always in my room to class, and you know how it's like. Yeah, so I was happy. I was like, yay, finally, like there's a chance for me to go out. Fast forward, it's time for me to go for this party, and I'm excited. I mean, like level 100 all new. I get there, and yeah, some of my classmates were there, so yeah, I had to try and socialize. Mind you, I'm an ambivert. I think when I'm finally cool with people, I am so extroverted. But then before I get to know you, like I literally don't know how to approach people for the first time. Like if it has to be me approaching you for the very first time, forget it. So yeah, I saw one of my classmates, my course-mates then. He was kind of like the only person I had become like that with. I was cool with at that time, aside my other friend on whose account I was invited in. So the party is going on and everybody is just like socializing, eating, drinking, and I see this male friend of mine holding this alcoholic beverage. It's called Cardinal, and it has this strawberry thing. He was drinking, he was holding like the whole bottle. And I was like, oh, can I try it? It's very hard. Like, I was a newbie, I didn't really know inside like that. You are just a fool. And he was like, oh yeah. And it was like, it was half. It was half of the these plastic containers. I don't even remember how they are called. Yeah, so it was quite a lot. About 300 mils or 250 mils with pure water as my reference. Pure water is like 500 mils. So I start drinking it, and I'm like, this thing isn't so nice like that. And he's like, oh, continue like it. So he's like, just drink it like all at once. Strawberry thing gave it like a nice, give it like this nice taste. I won't lie. So it wasn't like it tasted so bad. No, that wasn't the case. After drinking this thing, I don't remember how long, but then I start feeling weird. As in, like, you could ask me, how are you? And then I'll be like, I am fine, but then I am 10 years old. And after saying that, I'll be like, what did I just say? So I don't know, it gave me this feeling of like I was self-aware, but at the same time I wasn't self-aware. Like it was like I wasn't really in control of myself. I wouldn't say I was drunk. We can all agree with the fact that your girl was tipsy. Party ended. Okay, I couldn't go back to my hostel. That wasn't my hostel. So my friend was like, oh, I can sleep at the end and everything. I was like, oh, cool. And my then boyfriend called me. When he called, yeah, that same thing was happening. Like, as I said, you'd ask me, maybe you ask me, have you eaten? I'll be like, oh yes, I've eaten. Then I'll be like, maybe our dog is happy or something. I don't know. Like, I was just messing up words, and then when it comes out, I'll be like, what did I say? But at the same time, I wasn't, as I said, self-aware. Okay, so he realized something was wrong, and then I slept. The next day comes, I managed to get back to my hostel, and I'm still sleeping because your girl was still not feeling like herself. Somewhere around, I don't know, late afternoon, I start feeling really bad. Like my stomach starts hurting so bad, my head starts aching. And mind you, I was already not feeling well, but then somewhere around that time, it's like everything exacerbated. And then I got a running stomach. I went once, and then it was just like all liquidy kind of diarrhea. There was nothing really in it because I hadn't eaten, obviously. Then I go twice. Then I go to the washroom 3 times, 4 times. Third time, I thought I was going to die, so I start panicking because obviously I was getting dehydrated. So I called this friend, this same friend that gave me the drink, and I'm like, please come around because I'm dying. Mind you, the hospital is like 15 steps from my hostel here, but then how can we go to the hospital at this point? How will we tell this story? Okay, so he also starts panicking. I wasn't as matured as now, so I'm like, this is all your fault, I'm going to die, I don't think I'll make it. So they're playing the blame game, okay, and then he also got scared. So we googled the symptoms I was experiencing alongside with the fact that I had taken alcohol. And then Google is like, the person has to eat bread because the thinking is the bread will help soak up some of the alcohol in the stomach. It reduces how concentrated it's getting in your blood for you to get those symptoms. I don't know, it was something like that. And another option was, and I didn't have bread. So we looked for another option. Another page was like, oh, you can try yogurt. And that time, guys, there was a guy in my class whose room was like the next door, who was selling like these fun ice products. So we're like, yes, so we just need to go and get the yogurt from him, right? And this friend rushes to this guy's place, and he's like, oh, I'm out of yogurt too. He comes back and we don't have yogurt, we don't have bread. What next? At this point, I'm just crying because the stomach ache hasn't stopped. I started vomiting at this point. Everything was just plain, as in like whitish plain liquid, and then I was also like having diarrhea at this point. So as I said, who wasn't like how it is now. So he rushes, and then he goes to other people's rooms. Please, do you have bread? Please, do you have bread? And kind of things. He finally goes to get the bread from another person's room, and I start eating. Finally, the symptoms subside, and he was able to get me to sleep, and that was it. I remember the next day I went online and I googled, can someone be allergic to alcohol? Because you guys, what I passed through that day, it left me scarred. And what was actually weird for me was that wasn't my very first time taking something that contained alcohol. As in, you know, there were times that my uncles would be taking a beer, and then I'll be like, can I taste it? And they'll be like, oh yeah, sure. And then I'll take a sip. But then this was the first time I'd taken something that I think had more percentage of alcohol, and then I don't know, I overdid it. Since then, have I taken anything like that again? No, because I learned from my mistakes. This is how the makeup turned out, guys. If you guys want a tutorial on this look, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed at this point, let's just pretend you have forgotten. I beg you, subscribe.